It can be pretty hard to learn a new movement pattern when you go full speed. Today we're going to go through one of Nate's favorite drills, the 9-3 drill, and focus on an arm motion that's going to help you have a lot better contact. We give lessons all the time. We see the same thing. People come in, they pick up the driver, they want to start swinging as fast as they can.
Yeah.
And what's your experience if somebody's trying to learn a new movement pattern and they're going full speed?
It's not really going to change. You're just a never-ending cycle of thinking you're doing something different when you're really not achieving that.
It's really hard, right? Mm-hmm. So what we found is taking the time to hit some pitching level speed shots, right, is a great way to learn a new movement pattern, okay? In this drill, we're gonna focus on arm motion, both on the backswing and the forward swing. So basically the right arm on the backswing and the left arm on the forward swing. Hey, let's show kind of without the club, just like what are you trying to feel on right arm and left arm with this 9-3 feel, or 9-3 drill?
Basically, like they're staying in front of me. And as I let the club load, I'm going to allow my hand to work out this way and my body to coil a little bit. But this right elbow is pretty much staying externally rotated in place, nice and soft, so that I can load the club up into a full swing. But in this halfway back, just pretty much stationary, and then ever so slightly letting it just comply as I get the club a little deeper in the backswing initially. And then I'm letting that unfold, which is very, very natural. And then the same thing occur on the left side with the left arm, about halfway through, halfway back, halfway through.
Now I've seen Nate many times do a drill where he takes his lead hand and kind of keeps that elbow in here like this. Now you've got a muscle in your arms called the infraspinatus, attaches your shoulder blade, and it does this motion. You notice, so when you do this contraction, it actually rotates your elbow in towards your body, and it's some external rotation of your upper arm. And we're doing that in the backswing, and then we're doing that in the forward swing. As Nate mentioned, it really helps. You've often heard to keep the club in front of you. Well, if you kind of do the opposite, like here's the club behind you, and here's keeping the club in front of you. So this is a pitching level speed, and Nate's really going to try to accentuate this notion of the rotation of the upper arm here, and then the rotation of the upper arm here, backswing, forward swing. Okay, go ahead and hit a couple shots. Now we're going at a pitching level speed, so I'll call this 9-3, right? Mm-hmm. So his left arm will go to about parallel to the ground on the backswing, and his trail arm, or his right arm, will come about parallel to the ground on the forward swing. So the speed is not a full swing, but you can really feel that motion, right?
Okay. All right, so I've got a 7-iron right now. I'm gonna get set up, get my grip, get comfy. Okay, and then initial takeaway. I'm feeling pretty stationary. Maybe a little bit of, there's gonna be a little coil, but mostly here I'm just focused on the arms loading, a little bit of shoulders engaging as we talked about the upper arm, and keeping this in place here. So hands in front of me, arms in front of me. Let it give a coil till about halfway back. And then without adding speed, I'm going to just let the reverse happen on the other side, letting it uncoil back and through. And just hit a little punchy chip shot.
So here's the shot we can look at in slow motion. Now one thing to highlight here, this is a 7-iron, mm-hmm. and we're just doing a pitching level speed with our 7-iron. Now the smash factor, a 1.4, it just rocketed off the club, right? This went 130 yards for this simple little chipping motion here. So this is a great way to train in terms of understanding the positions to really compress the ball as well. Okay, all right, so this trail arm here, it's soft, right? It's bending, and see how that elbow is staying in front of your body. Mm-hmm. That's your right infraspinatus, and it's not getting stuck behind you here, right?
Nope.
then what do you feel as you come through?
I'm just feeling the arms unload. So as you load it, you'll feel like maybe you're feeling some shoulder stretching, or you're kind of reaching back a little bit, and then you're just releasing that coiled tension. If you have obviously decent grip and setup, but then just halfway through, releasing that energy and letting the same thing occur on the other side.
So look at the symmetry here. We can see the right elbow, how it's bent, right? And it's externally rotated through the infraspinatus on the right side. And now let's look at the left side. Left elbow bends. It stays in front of the body, right? You're not yanking that elbow behind you. And then there's the right arm about parallel to the ground, right? So this little motion here, we'll go through and play it. Let's just play it at full speed here. This is a nice little tempo. All right, do it again. That's a 130-yard shot right there. And you can just see how those arms are kept in front with the proper upper arm rotation. And you can learn this with the 9 to 3 drill. This is a great example of a drill that you can do at home or on the range, but it's important that you video yourself, because I've seen it over and over again. People will give a lesson and say, go here, and the arms be all the way up here. And then it becomes much more difficult, right, as you add more speed and more lift into this. We can look at your video and help you make sure you're doing this properly. We've got a 14-day free swing review trial. Go to the link in the description below or the iCard above. We'll help you start playing better golf today.